The founder of Galt Jazz in Cambridge is pushing for change at Queen's Park over the resale of tickets. He's calling on the Ford government to go ahead with legislation limiting resale prices after the premier hinted at it in the fall. Here's CTV's Colton Wiens.
But they're gouging the people.
Those remarks made back in October when Toronto Blue Jays tickets quickly sold out online, only for some to be resold at double the price. The premier suggested his government might introduce legislation to rein in ticket resale prices.
When you have one player in the market that controls the tickets, that's not right for the people. So we're reviewing that.
On October 27th, a Liberal MPP introduced the Stop Ripping Off Fans Act, known as Bill 63, which went through first reading at Queen's Park. The act would prohibit reselling tickets for an amount that exceeds face value by more than 50%. But the founder of Galt Jazz in Cambridge worries despite it making it through first reading, it won't be made law.
If we don't push back a little bit, this is going to be forgotten. Mark my word. They're thinking about it, well, which means that after they come back in 3 months, it'll be old news, and no one will say anything in this very lovely but passive province.
Ottenbright wrote to his local MPP, Brian Riddell, hoping to push the province on it, saying while ticket reselling doesn't directly impact Galt Jazz, it's a plague on the entertainment industry.
I don't like to see companies making money on the backs of musicians that have honed their craft with thousands of hours of practice.
Ottenbright says he never heard back from Riddell, but in an email to CTV News, Riddell's office says the premier has made clear we're examining the scope of ticketing issues and whether legislative solutions are needed. Our government is focusing on transparency, accountability, and results, not headline-driven gimmicks. The premier's office says in an email, as the premier said, we are looking to understand the potential issues regarding ticket sales and if the scope of that issue can only be solved by legislation. The Ticket Sales Act does ban the use of bots for purchasing in Ontario, but in 2019, Ford scrapped the portion of the legislation that would have capped ticket resale prices, calling it unenforceable.
You know, it's all fine and good to get headlines dumping some Crown Royal on the sidewalk and, you know, being outraged about ticket scalping, but it was Doug Ford's government that made it possible.
Ottenbright says despite Bill 63 making it through the first reading, he won't believe it until it's law. Colton Wiens, CTV News, Cambridge.